Man is an idea and a product of the fellowship of deity. What we call man is an offspring of deity. In the beginning, in eternity past, before God began the project of creation, when God dwelt in himself, when eternity had not even been created, that community of the divine, in their intense fellowship and koinonia, you know, when nothing was created and nothing was, only God was, there was a communion, a fellowship, an intense interaction that existed between that community of three beings. And the Father interacted with the Logos, and the Logos interacted with the Spirit, and the Spirit interacted with the Father. And this communion continued for aeons that could not be fabricated into time. Intense koinonia went on between this tripartite communion of the divine, dwelling in nothing but in themselves. And an idea was bettered, a song was sung between this fellowship of the divine. And what was produced from there was an ideology of a being called man. That means you have no reality apart from that atmosphere of koinonia where you were born from. That is your habitat. You cannot exist apart from. You are not a creator that have reference in yourself. The reference of man is the totality of the Godhead. What makes the divine was encapsulated in a body, and that body is expected to carry the divine everywhere. So when a man speaks, what he coughs out of him is God. When a man touches, what he touches you with is God. If a man takes off his clothes, the residue on that cloth is not heat, is God. So you say handkerchiefs and aprons were taken from the body of Paul. He didn't pray upon them. What left the handkerchief was not sweat, it was a residue of the God life. And he said that handkerchief was casting out devils, because in the cradles of eternity, in the archives of God, in the chronicles of kings, what was written concerning man is that he will be a carrier of deity. God never intended to appear from heaven in a dark cloud. God intended to be seen through a vessel called man. And it was this divine intelligence, wisdom and desire that caused the immortal personality that dwells in the Shekinahs of reality. They fall on their faces and they say, holy, holy, holy. What it means is that the unapproachable one, separate unto himself. They have never been able to come close, because this being cannot be approached, he cannot be known, he cannot be interacted with. So in the cradles of eternity, when the angelic beings were created, all they knew was that this creature is separate. So the only name they called him is separate, separate, separate. We don't a consuming fire. So the only thing that divinity bettered through their wisdom was to create a vessel called man, so that God can tabernacle in man. The Bible said in Ephesians 3:10 that even the principalities and powers, they will be taught the ways of God by looking upon man. In Eden, everything was a symphony of the divine. So when the mosquitoes came to man, they didn't come to bite him, they came to sing songs of glory. The man could pick the and Lucifer had perceived these things, so he wanted to enter into it. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, above the clouds of the heavens, and I will be like the Most High. But it was not given to him, because when the divine was communing, no angel was given that status. And on account of Lucifer's attempt to be like deity, he was dethroned from heaven. So when Lucifer saw the man, so you are the one that God had this plan for.